Yo! Yo!
Yo!
Ah,
Oh yeah,
I,
just so everyone's chats know, it is Sprague, Kashok's, and Jake's birthday today. So make sure to wish him a happy birthday.
I'm not
Yo, isn't it?
entirely
Happy
certain.
birthday.
Happy birthday! Sure.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
Happy
You know
birthday,
what?
Isley.
I'm just going with that. The super chat button's right there. You know what? Let's go with that.
All right. Wait, I just realized my Discord says I'm muted, but I'm obviously not muted.
It's good. It's good. So, folks, welcome to return of Lumen on the Dread Throne. It's been 2 weeks since the last time we met, and we left off on a bit of a cliffhanger. Now, who did the session recap last?
Was it
Uh,
me?
If that was me.
That was you.
All right. Well then, I believe we've had it through the eyes of Finnegan, Sprig, and Asana. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Well
Mhm.
then, if you weren't here last time,
Nope.
so that means the only candidate who can do it, who actually might have triggered the actual image that people see before them. Can we have Isha and Fork's perspective for the session recap?
Not in Fork's perspective.
I said Isha and Fork, but if you want to do Isha, either Sassam, can you please give the session recap?
Okay, so we, as a lovely group of adventurers that are totally all friends and can understand each other,
True.
we're talking to this cat. And we got sent on a quest to retrieve something. Isha doesn't know what it was, but we think it's some stones. Because everyone else seemed to really like stones.
Mhm.
And while we were traveling, with I believe we actually do have a carriage, we came across a clearing and found a owl bear and a dog that was on fire. And we had a little miscommunication, and one of them may have gotten shot, but through it all, there was no other violence, and we made some friends from the forest. And after we made it to the rock place, everything was going well until the rock started to speak to me, and I tried to communicate this. We played a really bad game of telephone because some people can speak languages that others cannot. And we took too long, and our big friend here that I'm going to name Kevin is not happy with us.
Hi, Kevin.
I don't think I missed anything.
I see that your fascination with naming every NPC you come across named Kevin still precedes you.
I mean, yours doesn't. You don't name every NPC named Kevin?
They're all named Mortimer.
Exactly.
Mine are all named Bartholomew.
Well, as a reminder for folks, for the session recap guy,
Rocco.
the Rocco. Well, as a reminder for folks watching at home, the session recap, whoever gives it, gives a special die that can be used for this session only, which will be a d6 that can be used for, in all intents and purposes, as a bardic inspiration. Isha, please make sure that you mark this down, that you have the session recap die for this session.
Okay.
I got it last session, but I didn't roll anything the entire day.
Would I be able to roll it if it's for damage?
No.
Okay, cool.
It can be used for saving throw, skill check, or attack roll.
Don't worry. I'll be happy to use that saving throw one real quick, judging about where I am compared to the enemy. Make a saving throw to not get punched into next week.
As the Earth Elemental that we should call it Mortimer / aka Kevin for right now until people try to give it a different name. Arises from the ground, the burning all across the stone walkway in the stone above, intensifies with flashes of green, purple, and blue. Comes up and looks down on you, Isha. Isha, how tall are you?
I am relatively short at 6'1".
Well, with your relatively shortness, it has about 6 heads on you in height, and definitely is much more burly. The only one in your party that could possibly match this would be your companion in back behind you, Eva. But as it looks down and it starts flat, where the flashes of green, purple, and blue start to settle down, there's a dull orange him of light all throughout the rocks. And you can start feeling the ground beneath you get a little bit warmer, like warm sand on a sandy coastal beach.
Hmm.
It looks down at you, Isha, and it looks behind you, gathering it all around. And he starts to walk to the right, completely ignoring you, sludging through the earth, leaving trails behind him. Feet sinking in, and he turns and faces the person you had excuse me, I had a cough in my throat. The person you had interacted with last time. As he starts to pull out his weapon, the elemental starts to walk towards him. What are you all doing in lieu of this?
I am conflicted if I help because I know that they're in pain, but I don't know if anyone else does either, or if they know.
I believe I'm still playing in the dirt.
You are. You've noticed that it's gotten a little bit warmer in the dirt around here.
Forgot to mention that maybe Jade created life.
It has anxiety.
yeah. I forgot what the name was, but
Kevin.
no, it was like something different. I forgot.
I'm going to turn you up very quick, Radical.
Who paid
But
the
yeah.
fork?
But yes,
Oh,
as you stand there conflicted, Finnegan, Eva, and behind, and you have been standing out in the distance, just taking it all in, not really wanting to get too involved, too close with this business that Finnegan has brought you upon.
Writing everything I'm seeing down. It is intriguing.
I think at this point, if you've been writing everything down, you've had to resharpen your quill, or if your wooden pencil, depending which you are writing in.
Quill.
So then you would have to redab it at this point. But it is going seriously. Scritches and whatnot. You've probably used 3 whole pages of notes during this whole encounter, just to describe the momentous occasion. But either way, Finnegan, what are you doing, Eva? Are you standing by Asana, or are you going to move up and possibly engage?
See, what I thought would happen last time, right before we ended, was the guy was pissed, drew his weapon, and then I drew mine and just shouted to stay back.
Well, that is true. He does have his weapon drawn, but he is standing his ground as the elemental assassin was calling Kevin is approaching him very slowly.
Cool. I'm kind of gonna let him deal with that mess. I don't think that he has much of a chance against a giant rock being.
Okay.
So, I'm there for backup, though. You know,
Backup for who?
backup for the rock thing.
Ah, okay, I see.
Oh.
Well, if you're going to do that, and Sprig, what will you be doing before the following events occur?
Well, Ava is covering for Asana and doesn't really know what exactly is going on. So we were just trying to figure out what was going on for the sake of the rock golem thing.
Okay.
Is it
And now
how
it's
loud?
turning on the miners, and the miners are drawing weapons. So
How loud is this thing?
You can, as long as you have passive perception of, I would say at least 10, you can definitely hear it. Asana, you, for all intents and purposes for you, it is very loud. Rocks have exploded, and you heard someone get someone get launched into a tree with leaves now falling from it. The tree is not itself hurt, but that person is definitely out unconscious, most likely.
Okay. I'm just gonna turn and watch.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like that's basically what Ava is doing too right now until it's a threat to one of ours.
All right.
Hmm?
So, everyone stand by and watch. And Finian, you have being the only one with your weapon drawn from your party, ready to back up. The elemental stands towering over this shipment that you were having somewhat of an authority issue with, and it's just staring at. He starts to back up a little bit, but not too much to not lose ground. At this point, though, they probably couldn't see, but you can just hear murmured shouting before the elemental hum. And Isha, you get a ping of this. Just what was anger before starts to mellow just a little bit. Maybe before all of 3 seconds before the light around it starts to grow a much more vibrant orange. The stone beneath you starts to get warmer and warmer. Almost as if, at this point, you start feeling sizzling beneath your feet, Isha. That you have to move to the right or to avoid getting burnt. As the rocks now start around everyone have gone to a temperature where they can probably cook eggs.
Anyone have a spare egg? I'm going to kind of just push Bradical back, or not Brad, Aisley back. I'm back.
Nope, that's it. That is Finnegan, Bradical's character, Finnegan.
Yeah, Finnegan. Sorry, I just to try to get away from the rocks. I should have had their names. I'm bad with names still.
So if you push him back, Finnegan, you stumble a little bit as Isha bumps into you. You start to notice from where it's thought, like, hey, why are you pushing me, sort of deal. Starting to notice the rock to the left and to the right of you have all starting to get a warm temper. And where the orange hue turns more of a lower shade of red at this point. As the elemental starts to walk forward with a hand raised. And the intent that you feel in his mind, Isha, is now that of Mallet. I see that Sin has been going to the right ever so slowly. What would you like Sin to do, Weasley?
Just hang out, really.
Okay.
Closer,
Simon.
but out of immediate reach, you know?
Like all cats.
And as Sin goes that and no one else taking a step forward, the elemental will come slamming down upon the man. This will be an attack. I forgot to switch that to GM rolling. Let me quickly fix that. Always what's the console? There we go. Cool. Well, I won't hide that roll. That's a 16, which will be parried off the commander over here as he dodges out of the way, but his sword has now been shattered from the blow. Taking a couple steps back, he shouts to the guards as they start to back away, themselves dropping their pickaxes more in levy of their own favorite weapon of choice, being that of spears. However, Finnegan, as you can see through, you might not think that spears might be the best option against something made of stone. But that is the current standing as the elemental starts taking more steps forward. If you're not going to interfere, elemental eventually will go up, take another swipe, and this time will collide with the commander, sending him crashing into the cart where the Bermlight goods that you're supposed to take back to Jotville crashes into him, damaging the cart wheel. This, however, this guard steps outside to avoid that, and this person will be taking. I should probably do this if I'm going to do that. Here. I will roll a d4 very quick. And, alright, that'll be that much. Okay, as he is damaged from the blow and from the impact. You can see there is a spout a spurt of light, a bright flash, almost that of maybe Asana. You get the feeling of more. Seems like you're paying attention at this point.
Yeah.
The light itself could be maybe that of more divine nature. But nonetheless, he takes that much damage, and that will move. If you are not going to interfere, basically you're just going to keep doing his thing. Two guards are going to keep going throwing spears, but oh, did I mean to do that? I should say, Isha, you've been moving to the right, and you've been moving up closer. Are you guys doing? You guys just going to get a better view?
Sitting there with the crossbow drawn.
Yeah, you're readying a crossbow attack, and you're moving closer just to get a better visual.
Well, as I walk forward occasionally, I will also be dropping my head to look through Sin's senses, and then going back and writing down vigorously what I am observing.
Okay.
One thing I want to know is this completely solid? Like we can't see through to the other side?
It's more of a query, so there might be bits and gaps where you can try to see through, but not a good enough visual to get a full representation of what's happening over there.
Thank you. Then I am doing nothing besides that.
So, I just have to keep pointing. I just have to point out. You're just casually walking and then bobbing your head. Walking, bobbing your head. Just
Yep.
It's a chicken.
Yes.
All right,
Reasonable.
noted.
The
And
alpha's part chicken.
as there's a large rumbling, and the elemental will stop its advance and quickly turn around for the quarry. We'll walk through and emerge on the other side. And at this point, turns to you, Finnegan.
Hello.
Is that all you're
Sees a
saying?
man,
Oh,
sees a man get punched in the next week. Hi, how you doing?
Gonna take
so there
Van
might be a
Van 5
slight
feet forward, not ever so slowly.
He's gonna take a step back.
Where, step back towards who? Into the rock or towards Eva? Okay.
It's Eva.
All right. At this point, you see you step off the dirt path where your foot was before, and he looks down. He raises his hand and in place raises a new rock. To repair the damage your feet had done to his little dirt path right there.
Oh. He's gonna put his weapon away, because I feel like I want to see as non-threatening to this thing as possible.
Are you holding your weapon out?
Well, he drew his weapon earlier. We just never put it away.
I'm going to walk up to it and say hello.
What you speak all languages, or you understand all languages, I should say. But does that include that they can understand you as well?
I was able to speak to the tiny golem that I crafted. I would like to attempt to use whatever method I was using to talk to it to talk to this.
Then I will. Then yes, you could talk to it. As it looks over to you, its eyes are still a bright, well, actually not a bright, but more of a low, dull shade of red. Looks to you with the hello, and you have another gazes upon the mine.
Hello.
Are-
We were told you to bring to somebody. We were told to bring you to somebody in town. Would you like to come with us?
Shifting around where it's now getting more into a defensive stance. Well, more a defensive stance, not in aggression, but more because you're now the one engaging it. And looks. How would I respond? Who sends you to bring me to this? Who is your master, your bidding?
I do not know them. We were simply told to bring the stones of this quarry, which is you, I presume, to them.
Aidley, do you know the primordial language?
Yes.
Then you would be able to understand this.
Okay.
Eva, do you know Primordial by chance?
I know Celestial. Oh, Ava. Sorry. I think you said Sana.
Yeah,
You do? So,
Ava also knows Celestial.
but not Primordial?
Correct.
Okay. So, and you would be able to listen in on this conversation with as Sana is talking to the Guardian. You do not know, but they seek me. Do they seek the minerals of this quarry? Do you know? Is your master in league with the people who have been haunting me for months now?
I do not know. You should ask them yourself. We can take you if you wish, but if you do not wish, that is also fine. We will not take you against your will.
Take a moment to ponder, but go and give me a persuasion check. There, that's fine. As you're not being aggressive towards it.
Double 20.
Oh. That's sort of
Holy.
odd.
I get back and just see God.
As the elemental looks around, I would be intrigued to meet the man. Oh, no, you didn't say it, Jen. I'll be intrigued to meet the person who sends for you. That much I am certain. And his eyes will go. Well, his aura, the light around it, will go back down to a more of a lower shade of orange.
Of that, we are in agreement.
But first, I must expel these intruders from my land. Would you help me?
Yes. Yes, I would. They are not of the forest. They are not of this place. We will help you.
Good. In that case, he turned around back to the rock, and he will warp back through it. With this knowledge in Asana, what would you guys do immediately as he goes back into the rock on the other side?
Which of them are damaged right now?
Are you referring to the people that were mining?
Yes. Which of the miners are damaged?
The one you can tell only by now, because it's the only one you can see, is currently the one unconscious by underneath the tree over here.
Okay, but that one's unconscious, though? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my first action would be to turn and nod to Ava to make sure that she understood the conversation.
Puzzled expression. I understood none of this. Just, what are we doing?
We do not need the cart. The creature will come with us willingly. But we need to subdue those that would harm it.
That I can do.
Interesting people. With hearing that, and would cast that upon himself and wait for the others to go first.
All right. Well, at this point, Isha, the mental connection you got during this whole entire time was the conversation between Asana, is one of apprehension but also intrigue during the conversation, but quickly turning more back to territorial as it passes through it back into your side over here. But with that, it's standing over there as the captain over here. Is everyone else going to move into position or still stay where they currently are? That'd be Finnegan and Eva and Asana.
Yeah, I'm going to actually move around here. Or I can't move that much, can I? Or are we in combat, or does it?
You're not in combat right now.
Cool.
So, for curiosity, how high are these rocks in the quarry?
The quarry themselves are about 7 feet high, ranging between a ranges of 5 to 7 feet. So you could probably look over them currently.
Yeah, so Ava can just like look over them. They're like a stepping stone in the middle of the pit, basically. Which means that with her speed, she can actually just...
Okay.
basically just like jogs and hops up onto the tallest stone.
At that point, it still is warm to the touch, but you are wearing protective footing, right?
Yeah.
You can feel the warmth through it, and if you weren't wearing any boots right now, you feel that your feet would be being roasted alive right now on the hot stone. Be like that walk on the sandy beach, being hot, trying to get back to some form of a towel or whatnot. Something cool.
Heavy armor, she's at least got thick boots.
All right. But what's that? As you stand over, and the captain over here stand back up and whatnot. What's the meaning of this, Finnegan? Are you siding with the creature? And Radical with you. Got it. And Finnegan just faints right there on the spot. Under peer pressure. Got it.
Yeah.
I was muted. Whoopsie.
Yes.
Shh.
He's not going to say anything. He just draw his weapon.
Well, it depends on if... I don't think we really need to move to initiative, just based on that. They can clearly tell that they're outnumbered. So they're more on the back pedal, where they are taking active movement back. But with them encroaching and whatnot, I'm just gonna have the Earth Elemental give an intimidation check very quick. Finnegan and Eva, if you guys would like to give intimidation checks as well, go for it. As basically not actually trying to harm, but it comes below the will. Also, just a clarification: if you would like to use your strengths as your intimidation stat, you can do that. So, yeah, physically imposing is also intimidating as well.
Let me just pull up my character sheet, make an intimidation.
So then I would be getting a 15 rather than a 12.
All right.
Or sorry, a 14.
14. Well, with that, they're looking around, and this guard is actually not paying attention so much to that. He's staring down at this cat who just came out of nowhere during this entire time, like, boss, this is getting very weird. Just keep and he actually just pokes at the cat with his spear butt, not the actual pointed to try to move it along. Doesn't want the creature to get harmed.
He's a good man.
Sin backs up to the tree and circles around the trunk so they can't see it.
At this point, I would say the two guards would flee back because they realize there's nothing left here and they don't want to die, so they are going to just start running away. At that point, he looks around. The captain looks back and like very nervous laughter, like, fine, if you want the quality for yourself, have it. He points his sword to you, he points, actually not the sword, but he has a hand out at this point. Finnegan, Jotaville will hear of this. Yo.
Is that
You better.
the person who was injured?
Yes, this is the one who's injured.
I would like to do a thing.
What would you like to do? As he did more, I should point out he's not pointing the axe at you, Finnegan. But at the time when his sword was shattered, the weapon in hand is currently hand-axed.
As a woodsman can whittle off chunks of a piece of wood, I do this. I do the same to his wound from afar.
What?
And
That
whittling is
sounds awful.
That sounds horrid. Oh my god.
Oh, that's
so Toll the Dead is a DC. What's your spell save DC?
8.
It's just 8?
Wait, how do I?
8 is the modifier, so it should be
Oh, it's-
16. DC 16.
I don't know how to do that in here. But okay, 16 apparently I've been told.
On your spell page,
Mm-hmm.
it'll say at the very top spell save DC. Should be 16.
Okay, I just need to
and-
set that in a thing.
It'll say your spell attack bonus is 8, spell save DC 16, spell casting ability, I believe for you is Charisma.
Got it.
That will fail. And he is already injured, so
Actually, you're split,
the
so it's
upgraded
a
version.
Charisma and intelligence.
Where are you getting Toll the Dead from? From Warlock or from Artificer?
All of my combat abilities are from Warlock.
Okay, so then they'll be using your charisma, which will be 16. 10 will not beat your 16, so go ahead and roll your damage. He is injured, so this will be the 2d12 variant.
Spicy.
And with that, you can... With that, there's ever so... actually, I believe Toll the Dead only he can hear it. Athana, you in your head can imagine and hear the faintest sound of a bell, and you can just see the slightest shiver run up his armor into his face, where at that point his nose and ears start to bleed slightly as he takes that amount of damage, and he is now officially hurt. And with that, he drops his hand axe. Finnegan, he will come for you and your boss, and you'll run away.
Why my boss? I did this.
Oh, your actions speak for your employer, usually.
Mm-hmm.
As he's turning, Ava just looks over her shoulder. Do
Yeah,
we
but
want to let him
this
get
my
away and
employer's-
make problems later, or...?
That
Do you think
was.
we'll be able to handle him later, or...?
He's afraid. I would simply let him be afraid. Now then.
As he runs away, the vibrance of the hue and colors and whatnot goes to that of a much more, well, what you have seen before, this tealish but low in tone, as the eyes of the elemental changes as well to matching the earlier color, and the stones around start to immediately cool.
Where is the small creature?
Currently, the small creature you do not see, but eventually, after the conflict, you can see a little you can see Eva's backpack flap just pop open and crawling up your shoulder, your left shoulder to be exactly. You see the small creature's head pop over.
It's pretty impressive for that creature. Climbing a mountain at this point.
Well-
Isn't Sprig's character like 8
now
foot?
Well, now that you say something, not rolled. Yeah, it's able to climb and not worry about falling down.
Yeah, large creature. Ava is 12 foot, just over 12 feet tall.
So then
Big.
you would actually be taller than the elemental. Elemental is only standing about 10 feet.
That's hilarious, actually.
She is half giant.
Yeah.
Oh, with that, he'll look down to you, Asana. Well, thanks to you. Where is your wolfman companion? Would like to thank the both of you for him for awakening me and you for assisting you and your companions. You feel, Isha, the connection, because unless you've severed it, it's still there. You see you feel the emotion of like searching, and its intended target being you, but not, you don't feel any malice or ill intent. All right, Isha, you come out from the ground, like, that is the boss. You've, with the now feeling of gratitude towards you, Isha, the elemental will now lower into the earth a little bit. That way, it's not exactly eye level with you, but just slightly taller, but more down to your level, Asana. I appreciate the things in, well, at least knowing that I would have backup against those beings. I must ask, what is your name? I feel that you have won the fourth, but you're not the one the ravens call to, are you?
I am not the lady of this forest, though I am one. You may call me Asana.
Pleasure to meet you, Asana. I have the collection of many names, and do not known to one, though you may choose to call me whatever you like.
Heaven.
You're not hearing conversation, Radical.
Sorry.
Yes, it started, I see.
Well, I do not have a name for you yet, but I have no doubt that you shall learn one.
Well then, for now, you may call me Kashalik. I will spell that out really quick.
Kazlik?
Tomato, tomato, Kashlik, or
Kashlik. Kazlik.
Now,
It is a pleasure. Do you wish to speak to any of my friends?
unless they
translate.
can, if you can translate, well then, please express my deepest gratitude in repelling my would-be attacks.
He says he's thankful for us helping him repel the idiots that just ran away.
And you speaking that in common?
Yes.
Okay. So he would not be able to understand.
Oh, I just said that to the party.
Mm-hmm. We were told to come here and bring you to somebody in a human town. Would you come with us?
Now that I don't have to worry about them in this quarry, my home being safe, how far away is this human town? What is a town, if I may ask? That
It is
sort
a-
of tribal village?
More of a hive. It is a very large hive where humans cluster together.
But just that of the Walkman.
Hmm?
Well, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. If it's humans, though, and I know that they take stone. Their hive must be a great cacophony of stone and in what they call most likely dirt. Are they underground?
No, though it would suit them better, I fear. They build large constructions of stone and wood. And inside them they live and play and die.
Seems that they should probably be made of stone themselves. That way they never age. Anyways, yes, I will accompany you to your earthen town, or not your earthen town, your human town. I would speak to this master and implore why he desires my stone.
I think this would give great knowledge to you.
I can already see you guys just rolling up the town with an earth elemental behind you, right into the bar, and just Jotfield's reaction. I can just already imagine it. All right, so
I see nothing strange about this.
well, as thanks for repelling them. If your master requires stone, do you need to complete this task, this quest that you've been dealt with? You may take some of the smaller stones along the walk path, if you so desire.
I believe that you will be more than enough. The cart was meant to carry what we would carry, and you are larger than the cart. Surely this will be more than enough for them.
Do you... A little quizzingly, more, and their eyes will turn more of a white. Do you mean to use me as the actual good that your master seeks, then?
What do you mean, good?
That's what I've heard them need. Goods, the stone that they require. Do you mean to use me as that replacement?
I'm sorry, I do not understand. They have requested an amount of stone, and you are an amount of stone. I do not understand what you mean.
Well, if that and your companion is more of the humanoid nature, and that they are taking stone, do you mean to disassemble me to be used as stone?
I certainly hope that is not their intent. I do not know their intent, nor do I speak on their behalf.
Okay.
I gesture towards Aisley. Yeah.
You gesture over towards them, so the golem will look over towards the UN.
What? I've been busy writing down what they're talking about. The attention suddenly on me.
He'll take a step
unnerving.
forward towards you.
I say, Primordial, do you need something?
Does your master do you mean to use me as the stone required for your master to disassemble me and be used to make your homes?
Fortunately, I do not have the answer you seek. Though I do not have a master. The person with a master is... I point towards Finnegan and back up. Towards
Well,
the
you'll
tree.
start striding up to Finnegan at this point.
Oh, great. Oh, Jesus.
That was in Primordial too, so...
You just hear the grinding of rock that this elemental now shifts its focus onto you, Finnegan.
Hi.
It hears you make words and it looks to both Anne and Asana looking back. What is he saying? Can you one of you speak to him on my behalf?
Finnegan, was it?
Why?
He wants
Why
to
me?
know why your master wants him.
Oh, we're not planning on like fully giving you to him necessarily. My plan was basically to scare the shit out of him and get him to find somewhere else to take your rocks from, or his rocks from. I mean,
In Primordial, I relay that message word for word.
Your master seeks. So you are just a sparrow that one will send for a message. I shall not harm you, little. This is what they call human, yes? His kind. He looks over to Asana.
Nod.
Well, this human shall be spared, but his master, if he wishes to take my stone, and his eyes will go that more of a dull orange, will find that I am not so much in a giving mood.
You don't have to keep shaking in your boots, Finnegan. He says he'll spare this rat, meaning you, for now.
This was the task, was it not?
He lets
To-
out a big breath of relief and almost like collapses. Like his hands just on his knees.
I see that his appendages
Reasonable.
I see that your appendages do not carry your weight, and you will feel that rock start to shift beneath you. Finnegan into that of something that you can sit on. I shall carry you then. Show me the way, and the rock will actually start moving with you and pushing you along.
Oh!
Show me the way, human, to your town.
Oh gosh! Oh.
And you are just being pushed away. He actually does not know where he's going, so he starts actually going to the right, away from the path. But at that point, I suppose we can cue scene.
He's gonna like start like pointing to be sort of like a couple.
Does the party follow suit as Finnegan's not being kidnapped, but ushered along?
Surprised adoption.
Okay. Oh,
Not kidnapped, but
Oh, you guys went to the wrong one. Hold on. There we go.
I think
Right, Matt.
this is the wrong map. Yeah.
Well, at this point, it was about... You guys left early morning. Took you about 4 hours, so that was about noonish. Let's say that whole encounter took about upper mid, maybe half hour. So now we are going closer to the 13th gong of the day, the 13th spell. Signaling that is starting the afternoon. Would you all like to camp for lunch for the day, or would you like to keep pressing onward?
Do I have a choice? Am I still in the chair?
At some point, if you decide to get up and walk, he will no longer be ushering you along. However, if you choose to sit down, he'll just keep pushing along for the time being.
The question
no,
is, would you attempt to stand up?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because Finnegan has no idea what this giant earth elemental is saying. He was just suddenly pushed along.
It's perfect.
Oh, if that is how we're traveling, I would like to occasionally translate partially what the earth elemental is saying, if he's saying anything, to Finnegan as we are going along, while just trotting beside the earth elemental.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, but yes, would you folks like to take a short rest of any kind, or just keep trudging along back?
I don't think. Sure.
I don't ever need that.
Oh, cool. Don't. Small flex, but alright.
Okay.
Well, like, character-wise, I don't need it. All I need to do is disassociate for 4 hours, which, you know, and, like, mechanically, I don't really use my spells. I use all, my cantrips are more powerful than my spells most of the time, and that's probably going to be true for most of the game. So, like...
Oh, that's great.
So, like, yeah, I probably will never need to hold the party down to a rest in general.
Likewise.
What the hell? What kind of character you guys built?
Well, they didn't want to be surprised. So, if it seems like the consensus is that you do not that you do not need message. Now, normally I would have you roll a encounter for on the way back. However, you have a giant earth elemental along you, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who would see you in increased Waspman bandits alike. They seem to not want to mess with 2 giant people in your party. One being Eva, that is already a deterrent, but also having a giant, again, fuck off, earth elemental following you. You can make it back to town just before the 16th spell. or aka 4 p.m.
Well, I can't believe it. Another adventuring group with their own golem did not try to have us fight them like Pokemon. So weird.
I'm curious where your first group is, but you can tell me that after session. But yeah, about 4 p.m., as you are all making your way back to the town of Briar's Glen. Where's the town map? Do I have a town map? Oh, there's a town map. Derp. You guys start coming along the Eastern Road. And let's just get rid of all...
Oh my goodness.
It's the inverse Briggish Giant.
Alright, now it's attack on Eva. Folks, I'm sorry, I think you need to start defending your Titan friend.
Oh, this is just Gale. This is about right, actually.
This is just about.
Oh yeah, here, let's see.
Just towering over the windmill.
You can just see. Oh my gosh, I'm big too. What the?
I just turned the grid. I was going to fix it, and like, oh, this is making it worse. Just making it worse.
Proud of Fork. It's giant.
Why am I so big? I'm like the smallest out of the party.
For some reason, I
Besides the
can't.
cat.
Oh, hold on. Oh, there.
I think I actually
That
am
is
the
still-
smallest of the party.
Either way, it doesn't really matter for size of tokens right now. Let me put the Earth Elemental behind you. As there are farmers and whatnot, hunters and gatherers who are on the road. And Finnegan, did you ever decide to stand up?
Nope, he's sitting.
Alright, so they just see someone they've seen throughout the town before, just being pushed along on a boulder with an Earth Elemental behind them. Just like... And at this point, he casually takes in the town, stops for a moment, like, so this is what a human hive is like. What... Before I enter, can you tell me, Asano, what I can expect?
It's very loud. Everything is loud at all hours, at all moments. They thrive in this volume.
I do not know if I like the sound of this, but shall meet the master nonetheless.
We should, though, perhaps they should come here to meet us. A neutral ground. Neither forest nor town.
I shall defer to your wisdom then, if that would be better suited. And the stone beneath you will drop, and you'll just fall into your tuckers very quick, Finnegan. He points to you into town and says, "Go, then, tiny human. Fetch your master. I shall speak to him here."
What is he saying?
Go, rat, get your master, and come back.
Sure thing. He immediately starts to march into town.
So he starts immediately marching into town with the look of, well, how are you feeling right now after being basically just pushed along for 4 hours on a boulder? What is going through Finnegan's mind right now?
Oh, he is just determined to get Jotsaville out. He's also kind of pissed at Jotsaville.
Okay. So, would you say that you have a intent?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm approaching with ill intent towards Jotsaville.
Wait, with what type? With ill intent?
Yes,
Oh.
because
Well,
I'm hoping to just push him out.
all right. So, as you start going there and you start making out, what is the rest of the party doing after this? At this point, it has been 8 hours, and even though you stopped for a small break at the Grove, it has been, well, that of a better part of a marching day. Not all of you, but some of your legs start to feel warm, at least. just for a quick reminder, folks, normally when it comes to marching for an entire day, it's about 8 hours before you have to go through a forced march. So if you decide to leave town at any other point without resting, some of you may have to do constitution checks to avoid exhaustion.
Well, I mean, some of you might.
Some of you. Though I would say the exception to this rule would be Finnegan, because Finnegan was just on his butt, basically just getting a free ride the entire time on the way back. But yeah, what is everyone else doing while they're waiting? Are people just there are looks around, and people are giving a wide berth as they're using the road to go into the forest or come back to avoid your feet, as the Elemental just wants to stay on what would be the most natural to them, being on the stone road, and he looks down like, what have they done to the rocks of this land? It's so uniform and organized, not natural. And he starts to actually pick up some of the parts of the road and actually takes a whole plotted out, looking down at it in his hand.
Oh,
it's unnatural.
Is the road in blocks or cobble?
It is cobble.
Okay. The humans take what is natural and reform it. That is what is natural to them.
Definitely not that. The Earth doesn't. Well, this is not sentient Earth, I can tell you that. But it is. It feels very unnatural to me, at least. At this point, Eva.
And to me.
On your shoulder, the little fern-like golem that Asana had made has been just poking his head out the entire time and gently taps your shoulder.
She'll glance over and look down at him.
And he's using his right hand to wave at you, and then he's motioning with it to point towards the ground.
She'll slowly let him down. Just picks him up off her shoulder, puts him down on the ground.
And as he gets on the ground, his hands go basically that in a wide, stretching almost. And he starts to pat the ground and kind of stomps on it a little bit. Gives a little nod and starts walking towards the earth bowl. That is not the Vermilight Golem. I'm sorry, Sana, I did not need to move you. But yes, he'll start going towards the elemental. Kind of gently poke at it and casually look down. And they're not talking at this point, but they seem to be communicating through different motions of their ligaments.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, the little golem will nod, and we'll go back over to you, Sana, and we'll start poking at your ankle.
Okay. I will squat down.
I have been told that you are a defender of Stonekind. Is this true?
I seek to defend what is natural. Are you natural?
Well, this body is made of natural elements, but this is not my natural body. I would like to implore you then to return me back to where you had found me.
Very well. What?
He looks expectantly. When you say very well, he starts doing. He does actually give if his arm could bend, would be that more of a how do you get the right? Not a fist bump, but yes. No, yeah. What he's thinking in a session. Chat.
I will pick him up, walk over to the golem, and say, "Do you accept this one back into a part of you?"
Well, this one was not a part of me, but if he wishes to so join, then yes, I would.
You are of the same land. You are of the same nature.
Well, this one is not. His current body is that of the Greenling, but his sentient is not that of from around here, but far from what we can tell down below.
Hmm. I see. Well, little one, you must find your quest. Perhaps you must dig. Perhaps you must find a cave to attune yourself to the deep earth.
Well, yes, but you've agreed to accompany me on this quest, have you not? You said you would return me to where I came.
I can attune you to the earth? Is that what you desire?
Look around. I don't know at this point. I feel if you return me to the earth now, I may not find my way to my original home. And at that point, he starts getting, if he could, have a look at apprehension and nervousness. On second thought, I do not wish for you to return to the earth. I'll take some time to find a way home.
Very well. That is your choice to make.
And he starts to trot around a little bit, goes back over to Eva and tries to have you motion for you back to the back. He wants to be safe. He's actually at this point, Asana, you could tell that he was very nervous around you at that point.
Oh,
well, I'm not
yes.
sure if maybe on the verge of fear. But with that, Finnegan, you start marching through the town as everyone is pointing in whispers and whatnot. Though you have intention and you don't have to bother. You return to Jonathanville's Inn. How do you enter? Do you enter quietly through the back door or enter the front door to make a scene? Radical?
Sorry. Spaced out there for a second. That's all. How? Can't word. I heard the words you said, but they're not connecting in my head.
How do you approach the inn? What way are you going at the inn, and how are you going to be more of a casual approach, or are you trying to make an entrance?
Oh, I am making an entrance. What do you mean?
Okay.
You think I wouldn't?
So describe as you go through this, as you're entering the threshold through the saloon doors. Describe your entrance. At this point, you can hear faint music going through, but you see no band at play. But through the windows in the door, you can see Jonathanville currently at the top of the balcony, in his hands that of a fiddle and other magical instruments floating around and playing, giving a show for the audience here at the starting of the dinner.
Okay. Yeah, so Finn's gonna go up.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna break in the door and immediately just start marching upstairs towards Jonathanville.
Okay. He pays no mind, not even noticing you as you enthralled him perform. You're now up the stairs right next to him.
You're gonna grab his shoulder.
And as you do that, you startle him. He loses concentration of whatever magic he was doing, and the music immediately stops as all the instruments floating around him drop to the floor, and you hear a crashing. You can hear maybe that of a mandolin's string break. Drums now wobbling down the stairs, hearing different bum 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 as going way downstairs, and everyone's eyes is immediately on the balcony from the sudden stop of music. And about 20 or so different patrons who are starting to enjoy the night of drinking or of food, immediately look up to you at the commotion. Jonathanville, startled, gives a slight little meow of surprise, drops the fiddle off the balcony, lands on the ground, smashes, but still has the bow in hand, and he looks startled at you. Like, you could have at least waited for the song to be over.
You're coming with me.
What do you mean? Where? You have the
Oh,
rock.
just outside now. Oh, we got the rock. Got plenty of rock.
Well, then bring it to the pond and we can settle it back there.
Oh,
We'll make a spectacle.
It won't fit in here. I would like to show it to you.
Just
myself.
dump it out out back. Finnegan,
Are you sure?
at this point, he's unsure of what you're trying to do, so go ahead and give me a persuasion check, because you're not exactly lying to him yet, so it wouldn't be deception. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check for him to come out of his bar.
We brought the rock and it wants to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see why this is confusing.
I don't see it. I don't see you.
Well, to John DeVille, he doesn't know the guy brought a whole living rock with it. That was going to be a couple times. Anyway, yeah, Finnegan, go ahead and give me a persuasion check. Try to break him out, because he was in the middle of his maestro performance, entertaining his crowd.
Persuasion?
Mhm.
That's perception. Whoopsie.
Well, let's take the roll. So your roll was 13. What's your persuasion modifier?
2.
2, so it's a 15. As he looks around like, if Finnegan, this better be worth it. Folks, I apologize. Please enjoy a free round on the house. Eleanor, if you, oh my god, was Eleanor the actual person, or was it? Hold up.
I believe it was Eleanor.
No, Eleanor the daughter. Alana, please fetch everyone here a free round of the brandy that we just got in from the port. And everyone gives a quick cheers at that. No, they were enjoying the music, but now you're giving them free alcohol. They are much more appreciative of that than any music that Jonathan can play. So as everyone starts getting busy with Alana handing out drinks, Jonathan will join you out. Let me find a quick token for him. This will just be representation so far. Oh, there is no token for that. Huh, noted. All right. Well, he'll follow you outside, Finnegan. In front of that, at this point, are you now? Everyone is in opening. How are you bringing him? Are you trying to give him like a surprise where you're going to cover his eyeballs, or just kind of lead him out to the middle of town?
Oh, I'm covering his eyes. I'm leading him out. I'm covering his eyes.
As you're doing that, like he'll bat your head like, no, stop that. What are you doing?
I told you, it's a surprise. Trust me.
It's not a shipment of goods is not a surprise, Finnegan.
Ooh, no, they had an added bonus.
Roll it in.
Gift of gratitude.
Finnegan, you quite frankly, you're scaring me. If this surprise is so important, I don't like surprises, Finnegan. No, I'm not gonna let you come. No, I just lead the way and I'll follow.
As you wish.
All right, and he'll lead you to town, and eventually behind, as they're returning, Isha N, what are you folks doing, waiting around? Just waiting for Jotabel to get back, or is there anything you would like to do?
N looks like he's asleep beneath a nearby tree, whereas Sin is waiting near the houses to follow them closely when they approach.
Well, then you would notice that they are starting to approach with Sin, and Sin will start approaching. Jotabel will look down. Oh, that's the Mr. N's familia. He'll reach down to start picking the Sin up. Start away.
Does not let him touch her at all and hisses aggressively.
What a rather rude feline. He'll hiss back in response in return. But again, why is your party on the outskirts of town not? And as you start approaching more, about maybe 30 feet away, he'll look beyond and he'll see the giant rock golem, earth elemental. You're not quite sure what this creature is just yet, but he looks like Gideon, what is that?
What's the rocks?
But yes, why is the rock moving?
Did you know the quarry is alive?
Look puzzled, like, no, I just learned of Bunley itself, and I was wanted to...
Did you know the quarry was alive?
No, rocks can live?
Apparently.
Alright, now I'm just rather... I'm relatively curious now, and he'll start approaching much more with glee. How is you...
No, I wouldn't. It's not happy with you.
Why wouldn't it be happy with me? I'm a treat. Everyone loves me around. Yes, it's alive.
It's alive.
Has ever met
You
a before.
asked us to steal pieces of it.
No,
we're kind of putting the blame on you. Or a little bit.
Well, first of all, I asked you to go purchase some Burnley crystal so that way I can use it for trade. But excuse me, you're blaming me? What?
You sent us to get a living stone to purchase pieces of a living being.
First off, I did not know it was a living. I did not even know rocks could live or breathe. Second of all, so why are you trying to incriminate me? I had no idea of this. I'm still curious.
Tell Don't tell it to us. Don't tell it to me. Tell it to the rock.
Again, I swear to God, this is a switching bait. Oh, so help me God, I will.
Go
you are not. You are.
The rock.
If I die, you are not getting a paycheck, and he will walk past you towards a Catholic or Coslic. As the Tabaxi starts walking up to it, all you know is Jobticle's approach. Greetings. So I see that your expedition went all right. Where's Zen? I do not see him. And he looks up. There's a fauna. He's just over there with Fork. Nice to see you again, Miss Oakenridge. And he looks very apprehensively towards the Rockling. Greetings. He whispers to you, fitting. Does he have a name?
I have no idea.
Greetings. Well, greetings, Mr. Greetings, Mr. Talking Rock. He extends a hand. My name is Justabil, at your service. I'm the proprietor of the inn just here in town, and I've heard there's some form of misunderstanding. Is that correct? He has the hand ready, and Coslick looks down at the hand and whatnot, at the cat. He'll say out loud, not necessarily directly at anyone. Humans have talking cats. And his eyes, the hue around him starts going that more whitish hue. And Asana, you've gathered that this is more his questioning nature. Whenever he has that, his hue will turn to white.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of magic does these humans possess that they have talking cats? Talking cats, I should mention that. Well, he looks over to you, and then he'll, seeing that N is dead, he'll look up to Asana. You did not inform me. Where is the human's master? Why is there a cat standing before me?
I tilt my head in confusion.
If he could get more, I guess it would be more of a gray expression, try to deepen the sense that you're getting sense that you're tilting your head in confusion. He's if he could tilt his head, he is very confused at this point. At this point, with the rock on, like, kind of looking just up at Asana and like, just to look. Then again, could one of you? I'm getting the sense that he does not understand me. Could one of you potentially, Asana, dear, can you communicate with Mr. Rock Golem over here?
Yes.
Could you be a translator between the two of us?
Yes.
I appreciate it. You're gonna do it from up there. You're gonna come down.
I am comfortable here.
Right. Well then, could you tell him that be not serving to a cat? Anyways, let's try this again. Hi, hello. I am Jotabil, the proprietor of the Indian. What are my words? There's a there's living rock in front of me. Hi, my name is Jotabil, and your name would be? Assuming you're just gonna translate word to word, Asana.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So going back and forth, Kajlik will see it. Greetings, talking cat known as Jotabil. I am Kajlik. I wish to speak with the human there. Master, do you know where I can find him? Well, if you mean employer, I'm not a master of anyone. That would be me. I am Jotabil, the one who sent Finnegan to apparently have some form of miscommunication. I am terribly sorry if there was any injury done to your home. I was not aware that what I was purchasing was, well, a living being. Frankly, I did not know that your kind existed. That could I think Kazakh, I am super sorry, but I did not even know that this could be a thing. Kazakh will, after hearing the response to Asana, will go that to more of a understanding where the colors will shift between different, the hues shift between different colors. From there, he'll settle back that on more of a vibrant blue. Before, now, Isha, you having a mental link and whatnot, you can tell that this is more of there was a mix of emotion between surprise, anger, there was a flash of malice, flash of defense, but trying to understand and seeing that there seems to be some form of miscommunication, he settles on that as more of a neutral expression, that being his current state, shade, and hue of blue. Asana, well, Mr. Jotabella, I did not know that cats could even be masters to other. This is a new world for me too. So, Mr. Jotabil, what do you seek the stone for? Jotabil, after, well, I'm just assuming he's still going through translation and whatnot. If anyone would like to speak up at any point, go for it. Jotabil will respond in kind. Well, I simply wanted to purchase, assuming was non-living goods, a form of trade, so that I could sell them in form of other goods. There's a high price on your well, I guess pieces of you. Maybe not pieces of you. Are all Bumalite? Is all Bumalite living? I'm so confused. Yeah. Are you just asking that in general, Asana, or are you saying that in character?
Oh, I'm saying that to Ava.
Okay. So that what they wouldn't hear. Got it.
If anybody overhears that, that can happen.
No, if you're just saying it from a distance, especially up in a tree. Up in a tree.
I don't think he is.
But he was trading in living creatures, was he not?
I don't think he was aware that it was living.
Ah, I understand that.
Kind of like buying an egg thinking it's a rock.
We're cutting down a tree.
Yeah.
Well, if Finnegan's hopping out of the conversation.
You're just having a moment of crippling self-consciousness being a carpenter.
all those trees that you cut down and worked on in the past. Just a sudden realization.
He's
It's not like she just cut down trees at random. It's
targeted assault.
thinning the forest. There were like foresters within the village who would pick out like, oh, this tree is old or sick or dying for whatever reason already. So
Likely,
we'll
I
chop
would
it
guide
down
them
for
too.
the health of the forest.
Mhm.
And then that's the wood that would be used for anything that she did. But it's still something that, like, it's that knife in the back of the brain kind of feeling.
Yeah. I accidentally said something that stung.
In all reality, Sprig was just running through the forest, spinning around, cutting down every tree. Like a Beyblade.
More than likely, I would have been guiding those hatchetmen.
Mhm.
Going back to the conversation with Finnegan now entering that, just like, Finnegan, I'm not a slaver by any means. I do not deal in human trafficking or, at this point,
said not on
trafficking.
purpose. I said not on purpose.
I
You didn't
don't
know it
deal
was a
with
lie.
I don't deal with human trafficking or, at this point, is Mr. Kosh like a person? They're just alright. The whole conversation here just goes on to the point where Jotsville will start ranting and trying to figure out if Rock actually has it had a life and it has sentient, but is it a person? And he's just so confused at this point. He'll take a moment to excuse himself to go talk amongst his own self. So he steps away from the conversation and whatnot from the negotiation. Koshlik will going back from the blue back to the white, look up to you and sound like, there's so much to these humans that I've...
Ava actually has a thing here.
What would you like to do?
Strictly speaking, I'm only half person.
And I, not at all.
Folks, welcome to not D&D anymore, as we talk philosophy. What is a person? Who is a person? Can a rock be a person?
Shit, I mean, consciousness, you know?
I think the words in common fail to fully encompass any living thing.
I will
Yeah.
cite that in D&D, person doesn't mean human, person means sentient creature. Because
Yeah,
that's
as long as it's
what's referred to across all races that are intelligent.
Well, at this point, first of all, before the conversation goes on, I want to hand out some inspiration for making this very fun for me to try to figure out. Jade, with your natural 20, I'm sorry for making the whole situation. Please get inspiration. We do have stacking inspiration, so you can hold on to these. As for that, Finnegan, please go ahead and get some inspiration. We're making this very amusing for me to go through.
Very cool.
But yes, going back to that, Jotsville has his moment of, well, mild panic and self-clarification. Like, well, I think, in all regards, I was actually hired to purchase to find some Bermalite. I was going to keep some myself for the purpose. But actually, someone here in town wished to, well, purchase the material, the mineral known as Bermalite, Mr. Catholic, that's what we call the material you are made out of. I can lead you to this person if you wish to talk with them, but by no means did I know that A, you are alive, and no means do I wish to purchase you at any point now. I'm sorry, but that's not the type of businessman that I am. At this point, Judge Bill's gonna roll a d20 very quick. Kozlik's mood, after being translated from Asana, the hue will go down to a low dull red. Well, this cat that named itself Jotbill, I would gladly like to speak to the person who wishes to purchase me and my brethren. Well, who wishes to disturb the sacred stone of the Wasp tribes. Lead me to this so that way I may do away with this jailer, this thief, whoever it may be.
Slave.
And everyone around now seeing that the dull red seeing from before, that was when he was getting more of ill intent. Isha, you can clearly tell this in the mental connection that you have towards it. The grumbling and the grinding of earth becomes more harsh, and the ground erupts around him, becoming this heavy cobblestone, not from the curious patch that it picked up before, but now whenever it moves, as it starts to move strikingly forward, using the same method before, taking the boulder and lifting up Jaw to Bill, where he's not sitting at this point, but is standing on a moving pillar. Good thing he's a cat and has excellent dexterity, so he doesn't fall off. Now have a raised pillar of maybe about 6 feet high, 6 feet, basically towering now over the Earth Mountain itself, and leading him back into the town. As this happens and whatnot, Sin, you hop onto the Earth Pillar itself. As Jotko is now being ushered away towards the town, he called out to you, Finnegan. Finnegan! Please inform Alana that I will not be back, probably for some time.
Okay.
And Jotko is now carried off into town, and there is several cries and gasps as, well, the Earth Elemental disappears into town. Sin, you can track with it.
Hold on. Do we want him to not walk away as easily?
Well, the Earth Elemental is very, or the Earth Elemental that Isha's calling Kevin is very determined. Would you like to try to stop Kazlik from leaving?
You're gonna try and stop him?
Once in a while, like, cobblestones can be pretty uneven. That's all I'm saying is that once in a while they can be difficult terrain to traverse if they're not as even as you expect them to be.
Fair enough. Well,
with the Ava just looks up from her whittling and quirks an eyebrow at Asana. Should I stop it?
I simply wish to see how this goes. It's Kashlik's fight, but I wish to make sure that they have it.
All right. Well, at this point, thanks to Sin now being on the thing, and people can easily track with N leading the party to that, assuming that you're all... Asana, it seems that you would like to follow them. Does the rest of the party want to follow along?
Sure. I'll follow for fun.
Yeah, I was just erupting a little bit of difficult terrain around their feet to make sure that that Kazlik can catch up. That's all I was doing. Not directly engaging, but making sure that they don't simply scurry away as a rat.
Well, at this point, he has gone off the beaten path of the road, and there's now just a trail of dirt and ground up grass leading through to town. There's now been a new, more convenient path made for Koslik. Jotaville leading the helm, pointing out into the direction that he needs to go.
There is a few people in that town that I don't want to get hurt, and one of them is very, very danger-prone to running towards things that people don't like, so
And who would that be?
Follow. I would prefer not to say names, because then you'll summon them. And also, so me and Fork that is way too big shall go.
Alright. Can raise rocky, difficult terrain? Yes. That would be correct. You'd be correct in saying it's okay. You saw it earlier in his own app thing. Now, I have to quickly come up with the thing. So we are going to go to a break right here. So that way I can find a map very quick, folks.
The moment for Kashak to rewrite the plot that we shattered.
I will not lie, I had 8 different ways that was going to come out. This was not one of them. Being Jade, roll that 20 persuasion for the rock.
I am overwhelmingly happy with how this is going. just put that out there.
I'm so happy with how this is going.
I'm ecstatic.
I have one thing to say real quick. Yo!
I'm quickly just going to go to a BB screen, but I will not actually leave because I'm going to make sure that people do not. There's no surprises until I have to fully finish this.
How do we resize? Go ahead.
I was gonna say the funniest thing to me is that I still don't know half the conversations that are happening, So I'm just trying to like go off context clues, like, okay, Golem's angry, Golem's happy. That person doesn't look like they're talking nice.
That guy looks like a dick.
I want to shoot that guy seems like he's nice, but he just looks like an asshole.
For people watching at home, I hope this has been very entertaining for you, because I have no idea where this is going now. So this will all be ad-libbed. I will not be ashamed to admit that.
Alright guys, so by session 4 we're gonna be on the moon. We're gonna make this a Spelljammer campaign. Let's go.
Let's go.
Technically, a Spelljammer enabled. Please don't. We're not doing Spelljammer. I'm not ready for that. That would be so much more I would have to learn.
So
Alright.
I'm gonna stand on a manhole cover and detonate about a few thousand tons of explosives beneath me. Me and that manhole cover shall disappear, hopefully in this space.
So I was absolutely ready to so with my mold earth has a range of 30 feet. I was ready to send send Gumby just straight back into the earth at the request.
Oh yeah, that
just drop him straight down.
Such a fun spell.
It really is, and like it's kind of my signature spell. Like that's kind of like more than anything else that I do, the thing that defines my character, which is interesting. That's usually not a character defining spell, right? Usually you can see Hex or Animal Friendship or like any of the offensive spells as character defining. For me, it really is Guidance and Mold Earth.
good. I mean, that's interesting. That's good.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Molder's is like my favorite spell, bar none.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to frantically go through my D&D folder to try to figure out which map I'm using.
Actually, I have a question.
You remember what I did with Piffle with Molder's too?
Oh yeah, that was delightful. That was. I don't want to say like that was the inspiration of, but that was something that I had in my mind that when I was making this character was this idea of using Mold Earth as a craftsman, as somebody who makes tools and toys and these trinkets, rather than as objective based as Piffle. Piffle always had an intent. It was always a good intent, but it always had this intentionality behind it. Whereas Asana is more focused on play. Just the whimsy of the forest itself. I actually do have a question though. Do I get tired?
I would say, so you can still experience exhaustion unless your character sheet says you don't, but I don't think that's the case.
Deathless nature. I have advantage on saving throws against disease and being poisoned, resistance to poison, advantage on death saving throws, don't need to eat, drink, or breathe, don't need to sleep, and magic cannot put me to sleep. Doesn't say anything about exhaustion, but it's one of those things where it's like, it kind of feels like it would fit, but at the same time, that is separate, I mean, like, getting tired getting fatigued has a different meaning than getting tired, right?
Yes, so I would rule that you still get exhausted for the purposes of mechanical purposes.
Mm-hmm,
So
that makes sense.
Fourth marching would require you to make a con save in order to avoid getting a level of exhaustion. If you're to push past the 8 hours of regular marching.
That makes sense. I just wanted to check it out, though. I just wanted to ask about it.
No, that's fair. I don't have an appropriate map. I need to find one very quick. Find one.
Oh, but yeah, what I was saying before, with Kashak's edition of Bleeding Wound as a cantrip, I really don't need any of my actual spells. All of my spells are not necessarily worse, but most of my spells are actually worse than my cantrips. That said, my cantrips are bonkers good, so like, there's no concern of that. But it's an interesting. I think it's an interesting character insofar as like I will very rarely care about spell slots, despite being a blend of two mages.
That's good. That's not the correct map. All right, note self to make random just manor maps for future use, because you guys are heading to a manor right now. I thought I had
I just remembered a weird D&D meme that struck me as such an Asana thing. If I cast Resurrection on an enemy's leather armor, would a cowl form around him if the soul is willing?
Hi, Abe.
Sorry, I just have to wait for a sec. Hey, back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. I was just saying, Jade, I remembered a D&D meme that struck me as, like, one of the most Asana styles of attack possible. So if I cast Resurrection on the enemy's leather armor, would a cowl form around him if the spirit is willing?
Oh, not that one.
If you find a way to cast it within one round, then sure. I see no problems with this. Also, it sounds like I got. Oh my. Oh. I'm gonna phrase this in the worst possible way. Okay? It sounded like my attack description got under people's skin.
Get out. Get out. No puns. No, it's worse than grilled cheese. Ah! My sanity.
But yeah, that's how I'm flavoring is Toll of the Dead is this idea of, because Toll of the Dead takes existing wounds and makes them worse. Like, that's kind of what the spell does.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's neat. Although I do need to adjust something, I'm not a billion% sure how. So the spell does 2d12 necrotic, which is bonkers, obviously. But it doesn't add charisma or anything, right? That's just the total damage is 2d12?
Correct.
Then when I go to damage and add spell, why is it adding +5 to the end?
It might be because you have set +5 or charisma added to it.
Yeah, spell is it checks your spell modifier and adds that.
Got it. Okay. I have fixed that thing.
Yeah.
Alright, upload.
And because you're multi-classed, it's gonna be kind of weird. So you'll have to actually use it instead of spell. You'll have to use the drop-down to select the appropriate stat for each spell.
So I took care of most of that at the beginning because every spell that I have that is offensive, that requires a save or a check or anything like that, is from my warlock list, and then all of my spells that don't require rolling dice, my guidance, my mending, my even sanctuary, are all coming from the artificer. So going forward, I should never need to worry about that because every level I get from here on in is going to be in warlock. So from here on in, every time I level up and get a new spell, it's going to key off of warlock, and all the artificer spells I have don't key off of anything.
Good.
So I never need to worry about that.
How should I convey which spells I have prepared and stuff?
Red circle.
There's a
Oh no, I mean to you.
side.
So
obviously I'm not gonna cheat, but like.
Also on the character sheet, you should see like red circles that you can fill in on the character sheet.
Yeah.
If those circles are circled in, it means you have them prepared for it.
And you can see that?
Yeah.
Dope. Okay. I just didn't want to.
I got hit with a dope. I have not been hit with a dope in so long.
Dope.
I got hit with a dope again. I can't believe my life right now. Alright, I don't like how... So, the map's there. Wait, hold on. The one thing I don't like about Roll20, because they changed this, was they changed it where normally when I hover over a token, I could just go up and down with arrows. No, it just shows all 4 arrows now, where I would think it would be moving, but actually just lets me resize it now. I don't like that Roll20. Go back to the other symbol so I'm not confused, please. Alright, I just need to change the color of this to be, let's say, that. That way it's cool. Now noticeable.
Also, I think it's hilarious that I really want to try combat with this character, and yet, character-wise, I have literally done everything possible to avoid combat because that's the character's nature. I find that interesting because, like,
I'm in largely the same boat.
I get it because you're large.
Oh, must play test revised fighter. Also, though, don't want to start fights for no reason.
You largely agree because your character's large.
You know, I find that funny because you're also one of the only people that has done combat damage.
True.
Reveal areas.
That
Cool.
guard is so lucky he pushed Sin away.
He's a guard. He's not a monster.
Oh
So
no,
how do you
man.
how do you resize your icon?
I unfortunately have to be the one to do it.
Oh, okay, sorry, never mind, it's fine.
All right, hold on. I
Yeah,
have.
it's just something that only the DM has permission for.
All right, lighting
that's
is
fine,
not
don't
set
emphasize.
up. Lighting is not set up on this map at all because I have maps that are actually dynamic to it. So I apologize. So, just give me 2 moments to step away so I can go refill my water bottle because I had to just do this all in my head very quick. But hey, I can throw you guys on the next map so that way you can at least somewhat see what's going to happen. Please confirm you can't see inside any of the shaded box.
Can't see a bloody thing, Captain.
Try scrolling out.
Alright, yeah.
Okay.
We see
ahead.
around it.
Cool. Go ahead and put yourself right where the elemental is. And talk amongst yourself very quick while I go get my water.
I'm sure this is gonna go great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
I'm
expect this
also
to go
gonna
this
take
way.
a second look. Shulky's away to step away for just a second. I'll be right back.
Goodbye.
Wah.
Okay, how did we get here, by the way? I wasn't here last session. I apologize.
Okay, so pretty much all that happened was we got hired by this cat to go pick up some rocks. We went there, and the rocks started to speak to me, so I went up to them and were like, "Yo, what's up?" And
They
they
didn't
were
allow-
saying that they
I just wanted to clarify that. They didn't allow any Thri-Kreen at the mine because the Thri-Kreen know that the rocks are sentient because they can talk, through ESP to the rocks. And then Esha was with us and they're like, "Hey, rocks can talk."
after playing a really, really bad game of charade or telephone, where you weren't there to translate for me, or to
I
translate
was.
it to Elvish.
I
You were.
was.
I'm
I
talking
was.
about
I was
think it
just associating.
it was Bradical who could also speak Elvish, right?
Oh, I can speak Dwarvish.
Okay. Anyway, we played. I was writing out words in Elvish because I don't understand Common. Yeah. So
That was how. That's yeah.
That is
So,
hilarious. I'm the other
writing it-
person that understands Elvish.
Yeah, so basically it was just writing out words because it was
I
easily.
think we just puppeteered you to
Yeah.
speak it.
Yeah, it was Aisley that we. Kashak was like, Aisley came over and translated. It was just like, rocks are alive, they're in pain, just doing all this. And then it took too long. And by took too long, I mean, I tried to explain this in less than 10 minutes, and the rock golem was not happy that I didn't immediately start murdering people.
Reasonable, honestly.
Oh yeah. He's just trying to explain the rocks are alive and they are pissed.
Meanwhile,
I was like,
Oh, that's great.
I was
you
like,
know
come
how-
on, guys, this is my TED Talk.
Meanwhile, you know how my character like creates little golems just as a thing they do?
Yeah.
I made a little golem of the rock. Turns out it's alive. Turns out that creating a little golem from the rock gave it a life and gave it a little bit of sentience. Not the big one, the little one that's in Ava's pack.
Yeah.
Turns out I created life and it has anxiety.
Yeah, and then you just kind of sent it off.
You're welcome to the world, little one. Go.
So, yeah.
Get out of here.
Like, Asana isn't
Also,
a.
I just.
Go ahead.
Was that the
Sorry,
first
you
notable
go
thing?
first. Your thing is related.
I was just gonna say that, like, Asana isn't a good person. They seek for the will of the forest, but they're not like, you know, good in the traditional sense.
Fair.
Yeah, you literally just told the rock. Yeah, that's a you problem, man.
I gave it a quest. It wanted to find its way home, and I encouraged it to go on a quest to find its home.
Yeah, just go.
I just wish to observe.
Somebody asked if it could go. Asked if it could get help to go home, and Arizona said that sounds like an issue, not an issue.
Basically.
Stop!
No.
My ears. I come back to my
got
ears
back-
just hearing
I
stop.
got
Ow.
back to the thing I got back to though is Shooty Man in my chat said Elvish Presley.
I'm sorry, Sprig. I gotta abuse some mod powers real quickly. Just gonna. No, not.
A little ban as a treat.
You can have a little timeout as a punishment.
All right, I am back here. So
Welcome back, we
basically,
missed you.
Uh,
Yeah.
all right. So after doing some mental calculations of how this is going to go, let's make sure everyone's all set on their character sheets. So just a little checkup. Asana, you are not Asana. Eva, you're the right size, correct? Being 4 squares, right? Yeah, I think
Hey
you are.
guys, what?
Your character token the right size.
Map token.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, token is correct size.
Cool. Isha, you're not the right size. There you go. Cool.
Shrink you down.
For all intents and purposes, I will, even though his character sheet was not fully made, we are going to add him nonetheless. So please ignore the dragon folk icon. We are using that to represent a Tabaxi right now.
Yo.
What is he?
Hmm.
This is being
I
used
like-
to represent Jadadil right now. This is a predetermined stat sheet. One I will have to make him apparently for next time.
Okay, but why is it looking at me like that?
I actually happen to have that full picture.
I'm scared to know what the full picture is.
The full picture is
I-
Wandering Bard by Magic Gathering.
I'm excited to see it.
Oh yeah, Spriggan one posted in the Luminion Campaign. For everyone at home who would like to look it up, it's
into my ideas folder.
it is the magic card called Wandering Bard, or I think it's called Wandering Bard. It's a 5-mana green spell with Magic Gathering. Who would have thought?
I don't like how he's not wearing a shirt underneath his cloak.
It
They look
feels-
very polite.
So yes, we are going to use that as a representation. Now, as you approach the thing, and John's like, stop, 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 stop. Does anyone do you translate for that, Asana?
Was I asked to?
No.
No.
So then, as if no one is doing that, Kazakh will keep going through and bust through the doors. Jontabil's head will hit the top of it and get knocked off the pillar, and he'll be, as Kazakh now goes right through the doors. He'll land down. He's definitely taking some damage. Let me roll some damage for Jontabil hitting his head. Yep. And Jontabil is currently disorientated on the ground. And there's a loud, thunderous crash of wooden doors breaking. Let me reveal the inside.
It's gonna
Casually tears up the carpet and is now currently standing in the middle of a foyer.
just gonna do something very important.
Thank you, Abe. Hold on. Don't go into the foley just yet. And please give me some time to set up map, because this was compared to other stuff. So when I say you can move forward, go ahead. But for right now, please remain outside.
Did we ever get a long rest?
No.
No?
You did not. You folks chose not to. Well, you got a long rest the previous day. However, into today's currently, since the
One thing.
Go ahead first. Please wait till after I'm finished. You have not gone on a long rest for the current day's travel. You had the opportunity to short rest for lunch, but you chose not to and continue forward.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ainsley.
Is Sin dead? Like right now? Yes, no?
No, Sin's not dead. No.
Okay, then
Sin-
she would be
Sin
in
had enough-
front of Golem.
Okay,
Elemental.
that's fair.
That's all I needed to do.
Actually go. No, I would say as that's going, Sin would jump off, because Cat at that point would have jumped off. I'm sorry. You have control of your feelings sometimes, but when it comes to possibly taking damage in life or death, Sin view that as life and death right there.
Well, that's why I asked. Of course.
All right. Well, firstly, what we have to do, I suppose, is to, put guards inside the tower. That matter. Now, very quickly, Finnegan, you would be the only one to have any any matter of knowledge of the current manor you're at. This manor is now on the outskirts of town, just slightly away from the people, but it's still view of sight of the main road, of a public road. This is known as the Glen Manor. With the current residence being that of the Glen lineage. The Glens are the ones who founded the town, maybe about 20 or so years ago. Before you were actually, how old are you thinking?
He's about 26.
Well, when you were a child, this town was founded to be that of a logging camp, but due to the Glen lineage family, they have brought it up to be some form of more of a trade hub on the verge and cusp of getting economic prosperity to be that out of a small city. And further expansion goes out. You do not know much of the Glen family, other than that the patriarch of the family, David Lesterow Glen, is a famed sorcerer of sorts. I will write that name very quickly. And I probably butchered his middle name, but that is the name that you know. That's the current knowledge that you have, Finnegan. Johnville is disorientated. Not sure why he was brought here. Let me get more guards set up. Actually, no, that'd probably be like here. There's a guard station at every door, let's be completely honest. Let me just copy and paste. So there's that. So 2 guards there. There would be an upper balcony, but it does seem like... Noted, this map does not have an upper thing, so I will have to build the upper thing for next time. But we can use theater of the imagination now. Cool. So in the room at the crashes room, what you can currently see inside is 2 guards knocked into pillars from the crashing door, or had stepped aside. However, they took some splinter damage. Door crashed through them, so no, we'll just roll d4 for each. No, that's about right. Cool. As wooden splinters are now sticking out of their arm, Kajlik is currently grinding in rock hard constant. Isha, you feel the intention of pure aggression coming from Kajlik. And in Asana, what you can Keltron is. How would Kajlik? You are not. I'm trying to figure out what he would as he bursts through the door. Who holds dominion over this abomination of stone and wood? That is what you hear called out. However, for the rest of you, you just see an angry elemental charge through the door, and now there is a commotion, mostly for sure about to happen. How would you all like to respond?
Walking casually in, just...
I am making sure the cat is okay. I did heal, if you see.
Okay. You did heal. How much did you heal for 6? Johnville healed for 6. Eyes become slightly less dazed as any bruising that he had to the fur is currently patched up. The fur does not grow back from his bruising and whatnot, but it is now patched up at least. And you can see the skin of a cat underneath. It'll grow back anytime. As he looks up, very arrogant, looking at your head like, "Thank you." He holds his head after being hit on the noggin. "Oh, that was rather rough." Start to sit up. Eva, Asana, Finnegan. And you move up, it seems. Outside the door, are you backing against the wall, or are you just peering in?
He's standing to the side of the doorway and poking his head around the corner.
Okay.
I understood what he said, but I want to see how it plays out.
Ava, you have guidance.
Thank you. So I can't understand our rocky friend. What's the plan right now?
Well, this individual is the person who requested the rocks to be quarried. This is the one who knew what they were. That makes them a slaver. And now, the slave is revolting. The one who was harvested for parts returns to reclaim what is theirs, in blood or flesh.
Viva la revolution. So on and so forth.
Alright,
There is
cool.
So much
virtually...
like this one has servants that defend him, or them. Where are you going to defend our new queens?
The
I
door
feel
is
that
non-existent now, right?
The door is non-existent. You can see clearly into the thing.
So the door exists, it's just a little bit over there, and there,
It's a little
there.
splintery.
Yeah, sorry to cut you guys off.
No worries.
A little bit of duct tape can fix that.
Buff that out.
I would rise against those who would rise a hand against the world. Would you?
Of course.
Also, that is said emotionlessly. There's no emotion behind that line, simply a matter of statement. And Asana nods.
I think it's not our place to be finishing things, though.
Of course. But we may see it through to its end.
So Ava follows him not far behind.
Mm-hmm.
The golem then, or the elemental?
We're
Alright.
still out of combat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to drag the cat, so he's not directly in line of sight, over to, like, against the wall here. Just try avoid anyone seeing a downed person and trying to take advantage of it. If you would let me, Kasha.
I'm sorry, please repeat that. I was setting out something.
I want to drag cat over here so they are in cover.
Yeah,
Because
you can drag
As in-
Cat over there to cover.
Cat as in the Tabaxi, not as in Aisley, right?
I don't think Avery's familiar with let Isha touch it.
Fair,
I'm
just
going
clar-
to. Okay.
Just clarifying.
Let me. Cool. All right. That's. I just wanted to make sure that was out for me.
That damn cat.
You've
Are you petting
already
Jonathan?
done it.
It has not. That cat is sad. He has not been pet. Speaking of cats, he's gonna pat the tabaxi lightly on the head.
Okay. You pat him on the bed and please don't touch. I don't know if I have a concussion or not. Please don't touch my head. And he puts his hands up to stop you, but you pet him nonetheless. Now, Eva and Asana, you have entered the building. As you enter the building, you can see the expanse of, well, maybe Eva you can get a clarity, but Asana, this is a whole new world to you. The floor beneath you, minus the wood splinters and now the carved terrain of the rough carpet, is smooth marble. All over the floor with some form of specks, maybe tiled. Inside here you see potted plants, away from the natural earth, away from its roots, but still take hold in the pottery, with pools of crystal clear water. No ripple that would be in sight, but now, thanks to the crash and the audio, are now splashing in chaos. No rhythm to them. Splashing against their containers, trying to break free.
Okay.
Currently, Eva, as you enter the thing, you see a half-elven guard now standing, well, not standing, back against the said fountain, dazed from what just happened, trying to figure out where he is. To your left, just past Kajlik, similar situation, but this person now bent face forward into the fountain, currently face underneath water. The other guards have taken up arms in surprise and astonishment, but quickly get into a defensive position, as trained men should. They start to make a perimeter inside the home of the would-be intruder.
I think this is like basically we see the moment as everyone is coming in, and Ava is basically gonna just shout right now. This is the moment to decide, is your life worth a paycheck?
Are you doing that in an intimidating way, or are you going to try to persuade them? Your choice.
She's basically just saying, if you want to get out okay, just leave now, I don't care.
If you
But
want
if
to
you
get,
fight right now, I can't guarantee your safety.
do you want to walk away on 2 feet or in a body bag?
All right.
So I guess it would be an intimidation.
Go ahead and give me an intimidation check. You at advantage because there was an elemental that just smashed through.
Oh, and I have bless too. Or no, bless guidance. Is a D4.
Yep, you can use that anytime within the next minute.
Well, a 22 is definitely a number. Would you like to use guidance on the 20, or are you just going to keep it? All right,
Yeah,
25.
I'll use it on the 20.
All right, so 25 total. They all look to each other and like, and 5 of them drop. Oh, sorry, 4 of them drop their arms immediately, still holding out their shield, but lift their hands up. And that would be the 4 in the center of the room. However, the other 3 that you can currently see, the one next to you is currently dazed and trying to figure out what's going on and has no recollection of what you just are, acknowledgement of what you just said. And the one over here is currently trying to get up from the fountain. The one up above, who is away from the commotion but can still clearly see it from the overhanging balcony, looks down, sees him that, and he will disappear from sight as he moves away from the balcony from sight. You can hear the faint sound of a door opening, though, very rushly.
Yeah, that one's running for reinforcements.
Naturally.
Finnegan,
And she's just gonna gesture towards the door before drawing the spear off her back.
okay, as you do that,
For the ones that are surrendering.
and these 4 will immediately walk outside. I'm just gonna copy them to make sure I have guards just at the ready. And they will all just like, nope, I'm out. Don't mind us. We're gone.
Later.
Don't get paid enough for this bullcrap. And they're just to make sure I don't delete fork by accident.
Hello,
They're
Alan. Welcome.
gone. Now,
I'm not fighting to the death for 2 gold a week.
Right?
My family will have to deal with it.
this one gets up, like, all right, who's intruding? Notices that he's all by himself, and kind of like looks around, stares at the pointed spear, and just backs him into the wall. He gets smashed through the window onto the thing, and he is knocked unconscious. That's not enough to kill him, but he is definitely unconscious of that. Hair is currently on end with the window shroud, and he steps out of the way. This one, still dazed, will start slowly getting to his feet, trying to, all disorientated, drops his weapon immediately, just because he can't even stand straight, like, I don't know what's going on here. Can you just help me outside very quick? I need some air.
That's this one?
I'm not sure what's going on either. And
Yep, that is one.
grabs him by the arm with her shield hand and pulls him past her.
Alright, you pull it past. He is kind of lunch. But Asana, did you want to say something to him?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay. He gets he stumbles through the door, goes onto his knees right next to you, Finnegan.
Now, you said that that these little aquariums were full of water that was roiling and,
Yes, they were rolling through the tremors that were sent to the ground.
Oh, from natural. Okay, okay. I thought it was magical. Never mind. My bad.
Yep. Kaj, look. Does no one answer the call of a challenge? And just rocky grind. But Asana, and you see no one is coming out. It's the only people who came out were the people who are like, all right, not dealing with it, just left. But right now you're in the open foyer of this room. Currently on the ground, red carpet strewn about with ripples and folds going up to at least. Well, let's draw a line. Green's fine. That's not very noticeable pink. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a pink line where ripples are basically the rug goes up folded head. However, past that point, still pretty seamless. Craftsmanship. Craftsmanship. Apologies. What you can also tell is the statues in either corner of, well, for Miss Oakenridge and Miss Asana, you guys get both of you get the uneasy feeling of familiarity. These statues made of granite depict what would seem to be two different celestial-like creatures, with robes going down, but not ending in books, but having a shield with both hands tucked behind a shield, going up to have a robed figure put on and no distinct facial features, because there is what seems to be a carved out mask of no facial expression whatsoever, with two small eye slits to see through. Now, these are made of granite, and the shields, the emblems, hold that. Well, let me just draw it out for you guys on the ground. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and we're going to do regular size. But this is the symbol that is carved onto the shields. Oh, that's not what I want. Hold up. Sorry. Sorry.
That's fine.
Seems to be less of a... I'll have a better drawing for this next time. Thank you. That's the rough symbol carved onto the shield.
Oh, okay. That is... Oh, I should know that off the top of my head.
To be frank, but I just made that symbol on the spot. I have no idea what it actually means by IRL, but that's the symbol we're going with. But there's a sense of familiarity towards it. So if the two of you would like to give me a history check, you may do so.
It looks a lot like Neptune.
Oh, like his trident?
No, well, yes, but the symbol for Neptune.
Ah.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
The planetary symbols or whatever. Or it's not planetary symbols, but they are used for in some cases for some reason. I can't remember why. My character sheet.
Okay. Alright, so, Eva, you rolled 17. Would Asana like to give me a history check?
I wouldn't know it.
Okay. Well, this is more sense of a history for more remembering something that you might have seen.
I wouldn't have seen it.
Okay. Well, then, if that's the case, Eva, you do recognize the symbol, but only briefly, as flashbacks of pain, fire, back to your commune, and that dreadful day that you had to flee your home. The robed cult figures that had attacked you before, some of them were bearing this mark on, whether dangled around their neck and what seemed to be holy fashion symbols on their shields, or branding on their clothes. You recognize the symbol, but you do not know what it means. But it just brings memories of dread for you.
Somehow I'm not surprised to see that symbol here, for what little we know so far. It's a symbol from the commune before we left.
The writing?
There is no writing on it.
Shields, and she gestures to the statue's shields.
I do not know your writing. What does it say?
It's... I don't know what it says. It's just the symbol that the people that attacked our home were wearing.
Oh, the crest of the attackers. Kozlik.
He looks behind you. Still eyes glow. Now, not a dull red, but a bright, vibrant red. Yes, Asana.
Blend with my strength, and I shall make you stronger than you would have been before, and we shall fight along your side.
Now, just very quickly out of game. Are you trying to form a pact with Conflict right now?
I am offering the pact.
Give me a
We'll have to
persuasion
be-
check at Give me a persuasion check at advantage. I will say DC 17.
28.
No. Another nat 20.
Another 20.
Yep.
Get another nat 20.
We only roll 20s here, folks. We only roll 20s.
Hang on, I just have to test something real quick, just to see.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yep, that's about right. Yep. Only rolled 20s here, huh?
We only roll... I only roll 20s. Maybe your dice are broken.
It's not the dice. I've used other dice. I think it's the person rolling it is broken.
Conflict will extend. One of the eyes will turn a vibrant green, but the other one will still keep the same red before. Conflict will accept this proposal. With our
Let me
strength
in.
united. Are you now very quickly? Are you trying? How do when you mean let you in? How do you mean it?
Nobody could see it unless they were well trained in divine magic, but a small tendril, a small tether, drifts from me into them. And if it is allowed to, it will link with their soul. And if it links, then they are now a part of the Pact of Broken Snow.
All right. Now, what I'll say is, N, you can sense the faintest of magic coming from Asana, and you can see a strand like a very tiny strand of light coming from her fingertip towards Kozlik in very rapid motion. Isha, from what you can feel from mental connection, you hear the explosion of thousands of voices coalescing in panic. The hive mind is under attack. And it's too much bear for you as the mental connection is snapped in half. Asana, you can hear the cacophony explosion of voices all starting to quiet down around you as your head starts filling. However, they start to formalize into one solid single voice. The voice that you are known, you've been talking to Kozlik, and all the other voices are drowned out. And you can see the dispersal of tiny motes of light away from Kozlik's gem-like bermlight. Oh, the bermlight embedded within his rocky exterior. All these motes of light scatter throughout the shattered windows and doors, back outside, out of sight. Now, just in place, you see the one voice, and both eyes glow a solid. The iris stays green for both of them, and they're now light, but almost that of a whitish glow around the greenish light. He lets you in, and you hear in his mind, well, he finally says, I no longer hear them. It's only me now. And he looks bewildered for a second. But eventually his eyes go back to a bright red as he remembers the true intention here. But there's this faintest symbol of your commune now glowing on his shoulders ever so slightly, but that quickly vanishes out of sight. You've now gained Kozlik as a member of your pact.
Quick question. Part of the pact is the ability to control the statues that I create. I don't know how you want that to translate to somebody who is made of stone, but I just wanted to mention that they may be able to reform themselves in some way that they desire. But
right
maybe not.
now,
I don't know. For right now,
for
yeah.
right now, for right now, he's going to say what he is for right now.
Mhm.
We can explore it later, but he is a sentient being who's already able to control what he looked like. Well,
That's true. That's true.
what the hive mind at the time looked like. But now we'll have to see what his image for himself will be after this. But currently, we're just going to stay where he is right now. But go ahead and add. I need to quickly make a note. Path made blue.
What's the name of the stone again?
Vermalite. I will. I'll paste that very quick.
Okay.
Now, with this going on, and Finnegan, Isha, what are your in the next few moments? What are you all doing?
I was wincing in pain because there was a lot of loud yelling.
All right.
I think
And
it's just
Finnegan,
waiting.
just waiting.
Oh yeah, he's waiting for someone to come out and try to fight him.
N is observing and writing as usual, though Sin would walk up near the center of the room.
Okay. Sin walks in the room. Finnegan, you're waiting. Isha, you're currently encountering pain. As Calyx focuses right now. Asana, we must find the person who holds dominion over this place. I will have my answers. Possible vengeance if needed.
I will be at your side.
Well, and we'll start moving forward towards the fountain. But quickly we'll look around, not sure which way to go. It's at that time when people start to hear the faintest of bells ringing throughout the manor. But not like little dinner bells, but that more of a tower bell ringing throughout. I will reveal more of the area, I suppose. Eva, as you're standing over there, you can currently see this hallway down to that point, but that is about it.
Mm-hmm.
What would you all like to do?
One of them up there ran back down the hall. I'd assume to get reinforcements might be to alert the master of the house.
So the person up here, if you can see the dotted line, that's a balcony, because it's supposed to be a higher level. He ran in the direction that way, not like through here, but that way.
Yeah, no, that was what I was indicating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My apologies. But yeah.
So, may I ask why you're so eager to help our friend here? Also, what was that you just did? This is towards Asana.
The person who is here commissioned the stone, and while the other intermediary might not, this one knows what it is. This person knows that the stone is alive. That makes them a slaver. We cannot suffer them to live. As for the link between us, Kozlik is now a friend. We must help our friend.
And
Someday-
writes this down.
Someday, you may wish to become a friend as well. But not today. For today, we must focus at the task at hand, yes?
Yes.
Excellent. Then let us make sure that Kozlik can be free.
Nope.
Huh.
That's your character's response.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just
Huh? Weird.
yeah, yeah. I wrote it down and walked away. That's it.
And at this point, as this conversation is going, Eva can end. Out of the corner of your eye, you see up on the balcony above you a figure walk out, dressed in a white robe, gold lining along the ridges of the outfit. He stares down at you, motionally as, well, you do not see a face, but that of a mask instead, staring down at you. And Eva, the feelings of before from you were getting from the statue intensify as now you remember the your would-be attackers from the past look very familiar with similar garb and attention. Let me post a picture in art very quick for you in the Discord.
Okay, I'll get that onto stream as soon as I can.
That's that. And what he will do, he looks around the carnage that thing is caused, like, looks up as well. Like, are you the master who holds dominion over here? The rogue figure will look over to it, tilt its head ever so curiously, and will raise a very palish looking hand to it. To above him, it will simply snap his fingers, and a wall of fire blocks the exit from you, behind you all. Isha, suddenly in front of you, you feel the intense flame of a wall of fire come up, but it's not what you're looking at. This fire is purely white flame in nature. You can't see past it, and you no longer have visual of your friends and compatriots.
On the dragon puppy too.
Also, let me quickly draw this. Oh, hold on. One thing at a time. I need to finish posting the art. Oh, no, I'm just going to post that after it. Yes, there was a wall of fire now behind you all. Draw shape. White. That.
Did you post the picture?
No, I'll be posting that in a moment. We're at.
Okay.
Just give me one minute. As the wall now blocks your path, I'll extend that later on. The person in front of you, Isha, laying down here, Jotfield is unaffected by it, but this person, the flame catches hold, and within a matter of seconds, he's enveloped, and you hear his cries of pain go silent. As he falls tumbling forward, it's nothingness, not even ash, dust, nothing. It's like a void took hold of him, and a fire cleansed his soul. Just nothing remains.
I am going to pull the cat away from the wall now. Because I don't trust the wall.
I think with that, for all intents and purposes tonight, before we go any too further, because this is going to take an interesting turn, and frankly, I would like some time to prepare this, we're going to end there for tonight, as I now post the picture.
It's just getting fun.
Yeah.
It's just our first combat.
How dare?
I would be delighted to keep going.
Well,
We did completely sidetrack Kashak.
Yeah, we
Or not
did.
sidetrack.
Through a massive curveball.
but the figure in front of you in the art channel is what you currently see, for the person who snapped his fingers.
That is intimidating.
By the way, Kashak, is you just select the token for him and then press Shift Z.
Alright.
Roll 20.
Look, shift and what else? Z?
Z.
Ah.
Ta-da! And then we all get to zoom in and we don't have to, like, make an image source for our streams.
Alright.
Nice.
I'll have it as a handout for next time, but that is what you see currently.
Intimidating figure.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Menacingly.
But yes, that will be the end of session 3.
Shit, it's only session 3.
Technically, it would be 4, but we're going to count the first session as a 0.5. So that's session 3.
Oh god.
Yeah,
oh god.
that's. I feel like we've already done more than we did in the last.
In the last
No.
campaign? Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
No, I won't lie, I had 2 other maps planned out for today for the evening. Did not have this map planned out whatsoever.
God,
I'm
I
having
am dead Sunday. Shock's just gonna murder me for this.
You didn't set this in motion though.
I'm still a dead man.
No. Just because. Anyways, we're getting off that. We can discuss this after. We can go into that topic after, but folks, at least on my end, I appreciate everyone stopping by.
I'm having a blast.
Finn's
Well-
about to start blasting, for sure.
Well, I suppose I'll ask for people who are in the previous Luminion campaign. Pacing a lot better this time around so far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
Yeah, we are as invested into the plot at this point as... Actually, I'd say more invested into the plot at this point than we were, like, at the point we stopped the last one.
Alright. I'm just glad I'm doing a better job this time around so far.
I don't know if I can really speak for it because I was in the group and it was just, yeah, I don't know what the plot is. I don't know what we're doing. All I
You
know is I
dropped
must
in-
kill.
you dropped in like 8 sessions after.
Assassino.
To
All
be
I know
fair,
is I must kill.
but anyways, I will be ending my stream for tonight. Folks, if you wish to hear more of the after discussions, feel free to tune in to Jade the Kobold on YouTube and also over to Kobold Spring, who, well, you can see her perspective soon. But that is it for me.
And make sure to go wish them all a happy birthday because it's all their
Yeah.
birthdays today.
Sure, let's go with that.
Go Spring and Jade, happy birthdays.
All the super chats, please.
Well, super chats to Jade, all the donation bits and subs to Sprig. Well, no, you can sub for free to Jade on YouTube. Go do that. Go find Jade the
True.
Kobold on YouTube right now. What are you doing? How come you're not subbed to Jade yet? Go do it.
Hi, how's it
But-
going?
Have a good night, folks, for my end, and feel free to stick around on Sprig's stream.
Happy birthday,
Ah.
thank you, Killer Ghost. It's not actually my birthday, but I'm always down to celebrate.
Don't let Sprig lie.
Thank you for the raid,
Be-
Gashak.
Before we break, I just want to do a quick person by person and ask how every individual person here feels about where we are in the campaign and, well, with each other right at the moment. I think that would be a good thing to do. Kind of like a check-in, you know?
Ooh.
Nope. We'll start with, I guess, with Aisley, because Aisley, you weren't here last week. What does it feel like coming into today's session compared to being on the road heading to the quarry from the last time you were here?
I didn't expect it to develop the way it did. You know, I just got here and there was a big elemental right in front of all my homies. And I was at the edge of the screen. I was like, oh my, who's gonna die and why am I here? How did we get here? You know, it was nice. I asked during the first intermission what happened, and they kindly caught me up. Things escalated quickly, and it was entertaining to observe all of this.
Practical, are you unmuted?
Yes, I am. Sorry.
So after basically throwing your employer under the bus, which he had no idea what was going on, how's Finnegan doing?
He's enjoying the ride at this point.
Oh,
I
definitely.
think any opportunity to just stick it to rich people, so.
Well, Joppadale's not rich. Let's just be
Oh,
clear
no.
here.
No, I'm talking that we're kind of storming the castle in a sense.
which I didn't know people were going
Although
to
the firewall is cool and also intimidating. And Asuna terrifies Finn. Because there's like no emotion whatsoever, just like, oh, by the way, I brought life to a stone.
To be fair, Asana scares me, and I'm the DM.
You know, that means I'm doing a good job, I think. I'll take that as praise.
Oh,
That
you're
counts as
doing
praise to me.
fantastic. You're doing fantastic.
I'm loving the setting. I'm loving the I came into this with a concept, and I feel like I'm really able to present my character concept through gameplay and through the roleplay that we've had. So I'm happy as a clam. I do worry that I'm stealing spotlight sometimes because, like, you know, my character has been kind of instrumental in all the main plot beats, and I don't want to, like, you know, to take it from other people. But at the same time, I feel like I'm, you know, that the way I'm driving the story is kind of good. It's like I don't actually feel like that
I
bad.
think a little part of that at least is like we try to solve things diplomatically rather than just violently first.
Mm-hmm.
But Asana's the only one that can talk to everyone.
That is true. I do have the ability to speak to basically anything, which is pretty valuable.
If you feel like
Yeah,
people,
so Ava is like, by comparison, just kind of trying to stand close by in case it suddenly escalates to violence.
Yeah, you're our ambassador. You're
Which is funny because I'm the one who has no empathy or humanity.
yeah, you're a neutral party. That's perfect for an ambassador. What do you mean?
well,
I am a forest spirit.
Like
to go
this.
to go off your concern there, yes, you are in the sparkle a little bit, but you know, as people get higher levels and maybe get access to other gear, maybe people will be able to understand other languages. Let's say Finnegan gets tired of not understanding, or Isha gets tired of not understanding. There's magic in the world. Who knows what can be created?
I will also say... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Nope, no, that was not it, sorry. Just on that concern, but please continue how you're seeing in Asana's feeling with going so far.
Oh, I just wanted to mention that I do have my backstory written out. I will be uploading it as a YouTube video in the same way I did with Chive for the other one shot, for the one shot that we did. I will be sending it into the Discord server for all of you before then. I'll give that to you guys to review. I know that Kashak and Sprig have already seen it already, but...
Hey, I was actually considering trying to find some time to put together, like, a journal-style backstory for Ava as well, actually.
That would be awesome.
Would you try to make that like a YouTube video, or just kind of post that for our viewing?
I don't think I'm gonna, like, I can't realistically have any expectation to do Ava's voice. So it's not gonna be a YouTube video, but I'm trying to get it written down. I have a lot of projects on the go, so I have not gotten the time to do it yet.
That makes sense. You do a lot of collaborations. But how is Eva feeling about what happened to the current events?
I have dissociated a little too much, I know, so far. Because I've been trying to, as much as possible, when things are, like when you're talking with the elemental and I can't understand it, I'm trying to not pay attention to the conversation. So that I don't have the meta, like, coloring my, or like meta-knowledge coloring my decision-making.
That makes sense.
I feel like as a character, though, she is much more She will be able to stretch her legs a lot more in the role playing and stuff when things like push comes to shove.
Well, then. All right. But as a player, you were mentioning though that pacing is a lot better. Do you? I just want to clarify something. I think I already did. Yeah. You guys are not. I was not expecting this. Just very quickly, but Jade, of course, was 28 persuasion twice.
What was that?
Twice in one.
Oh.
Your persuasion in this campaign so far. Wow, Jade.
I am literally
Good.
a warlock, a warlock patron for a spirit. I kind of have a commanding voice. It tracks, right? It makes sense.
It's definitely reflecting in her roles. But Eva, I think that you're the one who could recognize. How do you think in the initial thought process to recognizing, well, people who attacked your home before?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
What's your so you had your comment before from stuff was attacked, and that's why you are out here with Asana. Now recognizing a symbol and now seeing someone who is very wearing very similar garb and attire from the people who attacked you before. Not exactly to the T, but very similar. What is her initial thought process of how is she reacting emotionally, or logically?
I had a few ideas for like where to go from here, but I think because she's kind of I tend to do this a lot because the characters tend to be easier for me to think in terms of objectives. So like seeing these things absolutely upset, obviously. She is now invested in the outcome of whatever we're doing here in the mansion. She doesn't want to go stealing the closure from our new friend, but also has some questions of her own that she would like to see answered while she's here.
Makes sense. And how about you, Isha, the one who not really understanding any of the conversation, but trying your best nonetheless. How's Isha doing?
Isha is angry that the cats will not let Isha pet them. Isha is angry, but I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely just trying my best to figure out the conversations while trying not to have my character realize what's being said, which is difficult. I will say that what was I going to say?
What are you playing? Sorry.
I'm enjoying it.
Answer the Radical's question after, but you're enjoying it. That's good.
Yeah.
Any concerns other than the cats not being pet?
I don't believe so. Pacing's good. Plot's good. Kobolds and trench coats have not been spotted yet, so we're all clear.
How do you know it's not 3 kobolds in a trench coat behind the road?
I mean, we haven't spotted them yet, so
Maybe you should make a perception check next time.
I see a wall of fire. Natural 20.
What? You just start pulling out your bow. Oh, bow, grant me sight beyond sight. Try to do like thunder checks.
Oh, Isha! Go through the fire!
Oh, so you're saying we can play Dragon Force next time for a very quick excerpt?
You can see it, then you can see Isha become a crisp. With that 4 times effectiveness against me.
Hey, they say bugs are good in protein, so I probably eat it. But Unless, I believe that was everyone.
Yeah.
As a DM, I'm very surprised about certain events. Stuff has accelerated from what I thought it was going to be, but yeah, that's just how it ended up today, though.
I mean, I like the pace, personally.
Well,
Watching back and doing sick tricks.
let's just say my planning has definitely accelerated a little bit. I'm not going to say how much, but it has accelerated. That's for sure.
Were we not planning on encountering this person till later?
I was going to give it a couple sessions before I started introducing, well, at least this part of Sana and Eva's backstory.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either. I was just like, oh, that's the other thing is that, Asana cannot read. Everyone seems to have like the, yeah, I can't read or understand many of the symbols that people write. So that, it's like the symbols, like, I can't read it. What does it say? that was a
Okay.
neat
But
touch.
yeah, that's fine.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. So my followers right now are Ava Oakenridge, the Strong-Willed, Fang, the Firehearted, Gumbe the Golem, the Lost, and Kozlik of Brimlite, the Freed.
Did Gumby make a pact with you?
What was
I
that?
don't remember. I didn't remember that Gumby made a pact with you. I didn't have that in my notes. I'll correct that. I will correct that. So it means I believe you should have. Well, actually, I'll talk to you after about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess just very quick. Fasano, you will be gone on the 23rd.
Mhm.
Is anyone else going to be around that day?
I think I will.
I'm around, I think. And by I think, I mean I know I'll be.
Okay. Freak?
I will be around.
Okay. Well, I guess we have 2 weeks to decide if we want to host a normal Luminon session. I know if we do, Assassin, you won't be there, but maybe it might be more beneficial to host this on January 6th. That would be the next session after the 23rd. If we don't host a Luminon session that night, if folks would like to, I will throw together a one-shot for that evening. However, we'll be starting earlier than we do if we do that. I don't really like doing Christmas-themed one-shots. However, if people would like a Christmas-themed one-shot, or not a Christmas-themed one-shot, if people would like a holiday-themed one-shot, I'll throw the thing together.
Oh, good.
Also,
I mean, not necessarily would like, but just it was like 2 days before, so I was curious.
Look, I'm sorry, I'm not letting you stab Santa Claus on DnD on stream.
Also, I had a thought. Communication is a problem with this party. Like, inter-party communication is a problem with this party. And that's only going to be more annoying as we go forward. And I believe there is a feat. I'm not 100% positive what it is but I believe there is a feat that allows sort of like the Thrycreen communication, except across a network, where like a group of people can all talk to each other in mind, in telepathy.
I'm not quite sure if that's
There is a spell.
Yeah, that's a Rary's telepathic bond, a physical spell.
There's a spell, and there's also a telepath's feat that's like Thrycreen, but you don't have to have willing creatures.
Well,
Yeah, the telepath feat lets you communicate with one other person in their mind.
Oh, it is only one other person?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you can target one individual and like communicate back and forth, then target someone else and communicate back and forth, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking if there was a way or a feat or an option to take to allow everybody to communicate together telepathically, and then maybe fold it, then when it's narratively appropriate, fold that into something that is like, all of us being a part of the Pact of Broken Snow, allowing us to have that link that was a thought that I had to try to overcome that. I don't know. You can probably come up with better ideas, but I do think we need to come up with an idea, right? Because failure to communicate is going to become annoying, a constant annoyance, right?
So I'll just throw some.
Still just meet. We barely know each other.
Now,
I'm thinking, like eventually,
Yeah.
I don't expect you to give me your soul yet.
Are you saying that you wouldn't? Are you saying that you? Finnegan, are you saying that you wouldn't give your soul for Jade at all after just first meeting? I can't.
No.
Folks, if you're watching, make sure to go give your soul for the Pack of the Broken Snow, so that way Asana can become more powerful. We look,
I feel
growth,
like
folks.
some sort of like communication shorthand, but like akin to a thieves' cant, would absolutely make sense for us to develop, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe if we have
I
if we have a time break, we can hand wave that in.
I want to ask, Aisley, do you have a
Yes.
tongue spell?
Tongues? I don't believe I do right now.
Well, that would be an immediate option for you for stuff. Only for the fact that
True.
tongues cast on any creature can understand any spoken language it makes. Also, assassin on this is just more towards you. You can communicate clearly with people, you're just choosing not to so far. I just want to make sure you remember that Tricring technically can communicate.
I know.
Even without a linguistic establishment, a linguistic through pass, linguistic.
But
without speaking the same language.
Tongues, I would definitely say the immediate option that could be used, but that's only for an hour per day. Also, it casts a spell slot, so maybe Aisley might not want to do that. When Aisley gets 5th level spell slot, I don't believe anyone else in the party can get it. Aisley, you could also take Rari's telepathic bond, just cast it as a ritual. That will also help. As someone who has that spell, it helps immensely in combat and dungeon scenarios where you don't have to speak at all. But
Interesting.
I believe comprehend languages is also a ritual, isn't it?
it is. That's true. If you want, you can also just simply do that. And you could translate for Isha too. Though, if my understanding, Asana can also just understand Isha. Isha just spoke.
I can understand Isha because of the speaking in beast speech, but that doesn't translate towards other. Like, I can speak with any animal at will, and in Thrycreen language is more animalistic, so we said that that I could speak with them like verbally. But I don't actually I can't actually understand other languages of sentient creatures. It's more that I can talk to creatures that are either bestial or less sentient, plus celestial plus common.
That makes sense. All right.
Noted.
I can
Oh, and
just
if
speak common.
And if any of the animals we find are too unintelligent to communicate in regular language, I can basically control them. I'm just saying that is an option that I can do. So if a creature is intelligent enough to communicate with, then I can talk with it. If it's not intelligent enough to communicate with, animal friendship is basically a mind control spell for a creature with an intelligence of 4 or less, 3 or less. And if a creature is intelligent and knows speech, that's where it's too intelligent for me to be able to understand it anymore. That's kind of like the threshold where it's like, I can't talk to you on a primal level. I have to talk to you on a conversational level, and I can't do that. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense.
Yeah. Because again, forest spirit.
Giant eagles are like the exception.
I technically do have comprehend languages,
Yo?
but it only lasts an hour, so unless given adequate, timing or reason, I doubt I would use it.
It only takes one action to cast, though, which is nice.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, like, just to have it up all
yeah,
the
for sure.
time, I don't
Yeah.
think I would at all.
Just cast permanency. That's in this system, right?
I actually introduced a set of rules for bringing permanency back.
I would like to see that, because that was broken as heck.
What I did for it is, permanency requires what's called a glyph of permanency. And then for each spell level, the permanency glyph has to be one size larger.
Mm-hmm.
So a level 1 spell can be made permanent by making a medium glyph. So a glyph the size of a creature, like a humanoid. And that costs 10,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
And then to do it for a second level spell, you need a large sized glyph which costs 50,000 gold pieces.
Interesting. I would have handled it... Oh, we can talk about D&D homebrew stuff later, and I would be delighted to. I would have handled it differently. Instead of costing gold, I would have made it cost blood, like a permanent minus to a stat of your choice to be able to get it.
I have a bunch of other more specific rules on it, like certain effects don't work, certain effects have different things that don't work. Any damage to the glyph permanently renders it useless, that kind of thing.
That makes sense. Well, on that note, I am going to end out my stream, and thank you all for joining. I hope you had a wonderful time. Be sure to like the video and subscribe, and let me know in the comments section what you think. So thank you all, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Cheers, friends.
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye.